The astute viewer will notice that, yes, I did indeed fix my parking lot mess that I was trying to fix at the end of the last episode and just flailed about absolutely uselessly to fix. I couldn't figure it out. It turns out that the spots that were totally problematic where I couldn't place a parking lot, if I removed the foundation on those, boom, done. It basically reverted back to grass, at which point I was able to pop down some customer parking and things were all hunky-dory from there. I don't know why it needed to do it that way, but that's what it took. So that's what I did, and there we go. We ended up gaining a couple of parking spots out of this, so we did actually crack 100 parking spots. We have 102. I would tell you my cat is excited about it, but she's really not. I mean, look at that. She's not. So she's not terribly excited by the news, which is a shame because I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, come on, look at that. That's 100 customers. That's pretty awesome. And as we roll into the day proper, we're going to have to figure out where we go. So just as a reminder, nope, wrong one. My bad. Research. We are close to halfway done with appliances. We got the media one. That's a big one, as is the electronic supplier. So I think those are going to be kind of important ones. And I do like the idea of putting down a large building. Now, I've been whining about not having enough money, but ever since we started selling, laptops and game consoles, phones and tablets, wow, look at that. I pulled that all from memory. We've actually been making pretty good money. In fact, let me just show you here. I think it might be fun to kind of roll through this. So store number 2 is up to pretty close to $3,000 gross profit. I'm just looking at gross right now, not net. We can talk about, obviously net is what's going to matter, but just the same, it is nice to be able to look at the gross and just compare that. This store, which had really been struggling for the longest time, is actually doing pretty well. You can see looking at the graph over here, it's actually, it's kind of hanging out in the 1,000 plus 1,000 area, which is good because it had been kind of hanging out a lot lower. I mean, I don't know how many days that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can see it's not making much money. So the chart here is actually showing net, which is kind of crappy because I'm trying to talk to you about gross, but just the same, it illustrates the point that this store is doing much better since we moved it around a little bit. If I go over to our fast food restaurant, we can see that it's still not making a whole lot of money. Net profit is garbage. It still has its days where it's tanking, but I do think that if we stick with this one long enough, it's going to pay off. And just the same, even if it's only losing $100 a day, I'm actually okay with that because the the fun one right here is store number 6. Store number 6 is ridiculous. Look at that profit margin, 92%. We actually had a day where we cracked $8,000 in net profit on it. That's ridiculous. Turns out that selling overpriced goods, electronics goods, laptops, smartphones, etc., is really profitable. Like this lady here is about to buy a tablet. I mean, oh, okay, she went to the other line. Okay, good. I was kind of complaining about that, and you know what? It looks like they do go to the other line when people leave. Good. I take it all back. I'm sorry. I thought it seems like they do leave when it's the end of the day, but so long as it's not the end of the day, it looks like they are jumping into another line. I think so anyway. I'd have to go back to the video and track that to see what happened. I'm pretty sure that was the case, but I don't know. Things moved quickly, and I was trying to watch too much at once that I don't really know. Ooh, look at that. This guy's going to buy a laptop here. This guy right there. Buy a laptop, buddy. Make me some money. Make me a lot of money. I like it. I like it a whole heck of a lot. Anyway, the store is doing really well, and we're getting problems here. Oh, look at that. Make 50,000 total sales. That is our new reward. So we must have hit, I don't remember what that one was. Was it 10,000 sales or something? It was quite a bit. See, here's where we get to the problem. These people are all going to be angry because it's taken a while to go through the line, and I totally understand that. I'm not begrudging them their anger because that is pretty frustrating. But here's the real problem. I can slow this down, and I need to watch this because I think we get credited for it. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's our employee leaving, and here are all these people leaving with their goods. I don't know if they actually paid for them. I'm really not sure. But I kind of think it's time, since we can afford it with this store, we're going to go ahead and change things up a little bit. we are actually, believe it or not, going to hire another cashier. So we're going to hire someone who's got some cashier experience. We'll hire Polly. And Polly is going to basically come in at the same time as our late employees. So you're going to come in at 2 o'clock. That way we have double coverage at night. The idea being that once the store closes, we'll get all those people who are waiting in line and theoretically not miss out on anyone. Now, I do like it and find it interesting that people are able to stay in here when the store is closed. I don't quite understand how that works, but I'm not going to argue with it. Oh, look at that. We are actually really close to hitting $10,000 in profit in a day. And that is actually one of our goals right there, I think. Yeah, you can see it is right there. We've actually come closer than that already, but the store is going to continue to make us a little bit of money throughout the day, but not a whole lot. I mean, there obviously are not many customers in here, so we're only going to make so much. And technically, we do have 2 employees in there. They have to be paid 3 employees, 4 employees. I take that back, and no one at all in there. Yeah, I've overstaffed this store, but I got tired of it whining at me about not having anyone around to work the cashiers. So there you go. We'll start the day in the hole, $800, and that's fine. Let us go ahead and talk about that expansion now. I think I kind of mentioned I wanted to build another store, so why don't we go ahead and do that? Before we do too much of it, though, I think I'd like to go ahead and do a little more road work because I didn't do enough last time, and I like to be angry and frustrated. So let's go ahead and pop just a little bit of road space down. And once that is done, then we can go ahead and talk about turning that into customer parking. So we'll gain 2 more spots. And I'm thinking I might actually make maybe some more of these other spots as staff parking spots, just because it might be a good idea to have some staff spots. I do kind of like the idea of that. I don't know. Here, why don't we do it? Just, we'll do it right over... No? I guess I need to get rid of those ones first. All right, well, that's fine. Then you know what? Here, we'll do customer parking right there. Wow, look at that. Look how quickly that person moves compared to that one. You are a slowpoke, sir. I mean, I don't mean anything bad necessarily, but you are slow. I mean, granted, it does say he's sluggish. I don't know. I might be moving like that when I'm 62, so I shouldn't complain. You know what? You're still moving. Good for you, sir. By the time you get over there, she's going to be done. Maybe. He is going to be done. Oh, wow. I thought that was a she. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Sorry. I should also mention that something was addressed with the most recent patch, and it will have been out a couple of days by the time you see this episode, but notice that the janitors are sticking around a while now. It was a bug that the janitors were leaving early. They weren't supposed to do that, which it was actually fine that they did for the most part, because it was kind of a nicety. It ended up saving you a little money that they weren't just sticking around, but it wasn't really supposed to work out that way. So anyway, now let's go ahead and move on to building a foundation. Now, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this store. Part of me is tempted to just do tons of electronic stores and that sort of thing, but really, we can only make so many of those before we reach a critical point, and we can no longer really sell as many items as we'd like. So I don't know. We'll have to figure out how that goes. Before I do this, let me just see. I need to do a little quick math. Let's look at this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's a 13. And we would actually be better off with 14 because that would leave room up here for one more shelf, assuming that we're going to leave space between everything, because it appears that's how we need to do it. So I'd say let's go ahead and go 14 by something. I'm not going to worry about by whatever. We'll just kind of pop 14 down just to kind of run with it. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, I lost it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I swear it's moving on and jumping on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 by, I don't know, something. What do we say? About like, since I kept whining about doing about a $70,000 build, we'll do a $75,000 build. There you go. So this is obviously going to take a while. I don't have that many people employed in the maintenance center. I did get rid of all of those extras I hired. So while we do have 5 builders, well, I think I ended up leaving 1. We do have that one extra one on the night shift or something along those lines. We really don't have that many, so it is really, truly going to take a while to put all of this together. And once again, I have neglected to leave space for parking over here. That's excellent. That's really good. Good job, KIC. Good job. Ignore the things you wanted to do in the name of not doing them. Cat, do you approve? Wow, she looks really tiny like that. She's not. Trust me. I don't know. She looks small there because she's kind of away from the camera or something. I don't know. Just out of curiosity, how are you doing, fast food restaurant? You are still not doing great. But whatever. I feel like you're going to do good work one of these days. I feel like you will. Oh, look at that. Some random person decided to just sit down and eat with them. How nice. Oh, and you just decided to sit down with them and then they left you. That's great. So I do want to watch at this store, though. Remember, we did add another clerk here just for that last hour of the day. So theoretically, we can get people lined up, checked out, and not lose out on all those last-minute sales. Now, obviously, we're going to lose out on them to some degree just because the store is going to close. But I suppose what I should probably do is set the store to close or have them, or rather, I should set them to stay a little later. That way, theoretically, the store closes and they can still go through their sales at night. I'm not really sure. This store, man, this store is so overstaffed. Are you kidding me? How is this one having problems with not having enough staff in there? I mean, look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cashiers. That's ridiculous. I mean, granted, it is open 24 hours a day, but still, that is crazy. How's store number 4 doing? Let's just do a quick checkup on you. You're still making pretty decent money. Not as good as yesterday, which was slightly better than the day before, but not as good as the day before that. So I'm still feeling okay with this store. I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. We might end up doing a kind of expansion similar to what we did with this one at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to deal with that just yet, but this other store over here is kind of the main one I want to get up and running. And obviously, at the rate it's going, it's not going to cost that much money. Remember, this cost $75,000 to pop down. But if you watch how slowly the money's going down, it's not really going down that slowly. I mean, once we hit the daylight hours and we start selling tablets and laptops, yeah, this is going to move. It's it'll be interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Kat? She's pretty quiet on the subject. I don't know. I mean, she's standing to think about it. No, she's done thinking about it. Never mind. Well, anyway, this one is coming along, so I am happy to see that. It's about halfway done. And at this point, it's coming in well under budget from the standpoint of, yeah, we're just going to make a bunch of money along the way, so it won't matter. Tools are next. I'm going to go ahead and throw a curveball, and I'm going to go ahead and do road network number 2. I don't have a specific reason for doing that other than I would just like to do road network number 2. Now, I do think I might try something here. Wow, really? You guys are full? Oh, well, I guess there's only one person there. Yeah, that does kind of make sense. There we go. There's another checker. There we go. All right, good job, everyone. Good job. Hey, you know what? Lenny, good job. Jillian, good job. Good on you. Let's go ahead and do some road work. Just for giggles. I can't do that yet, can I? I can sort of, can I do that one? No. All right. Well, maybe I won't do that then. Never mind. I was thinking it might be fun to kind of expand over here, or at least get ready for it. But I guess there's not really much reason to expand at this point. I mean, I could build right there, but I can't. Oops. Nope. Scratch that. Road. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, I can't quite make it all the way there. So there's no real reason to do that just yet. Besides, our building is almost done. So why don't we go ahead and switch to our objects, and I don't know where we're going to start putting in doors. I'm just going to put in a couple of random doors because I like random doors, and then we're going to put in a random wall somewhere. I don't know where I want to put this one. I know, I'm not on the wall page. I'm thinking that I actually need to set up another delivery spot. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not leave any room for really up-close parking, so we're just going to have to deal with parking over there. Let us go ahead and set... We need to set a loading zone somewhere. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let's remove that one. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I hope this works out okay. Last time I tried to do this sort of stuff, I had issues. Loading zone, please. And then I will switch over here to walls. So that obviously means that our storage is going to go over here. I'm kind of tempted to just make a gigantic storage area here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Something where I could have other buildings use this one for storage. Like maybe I could move all of the storage from this store over here and just expand that for store space, or have another store over here that doesn't need any storage space because we have this one over here. Because this store realistically doesn't need to be all that big. So that's going to allow us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas. I don't want to do the whole thing, but I might do a good portion of it. I mean, I put those doors in there just... If nothing else, I can always get rid of them. They're just kind of there so we can get people into the store and start working on things. Let me just go ahead and pause this while I play with some ideas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could do something like that. I don't know. That's not a huge storage area, but all of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 6, that's going to be 30 spots of storage compared to some of these other stores. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 5. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it technically have more storage than even that one, which is pretty large as our storage facilities go. And this would technically give me a room to leave or to put in another bathroom, which I think we'll end up needing as we go along. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go with that right now. The thing I like to think about is that at the very least, we can change all of this stuff later. It's not written in stone. There's no finality to this. You know what? I want to remove that. I don't want to put that there. I'm just thinking now, if we put in a bathroom over here, I'm going to need a little extra space. So, yeah, this is going to be a really crummy entrance. I totally got you on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do it something like that. Okay, perfect. Got it. So let me go ahead and resume our game, and then I will tell you what the plan is. So the staff door is going to go right here. It's going to be terrible placement, but since it's a game, it doesn't matter. Our regular door is going to go right there. And then, let's see, here's how we're going to do this. This is going to be just fine. It'll work out okay. So we need a paper dispenser, which cannot be placed there because we need a wall. So we'll put that there once there's a wall. And then our toilet sink will also go right there once we have a wall. And then our toilet cubicles can go right there. Perfect. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate you doing a little work. And yeah, I haven't done any urinals yet because I figure, heck with it. We can just do some regular cubicles and that'll be fine. That way everyone can use them. Whereas with the urinals, well, you know, half the population isn't really going to use them, and that seems kind of crummy. I mean, you know, if I were doing individual bathrooms, well then sure, but I'm not, so I don't really want to do that. Okay, there's our delivery parking, so that's pretty good thus far. Let me slow things down a little bit while we assign our various areas. So this is a new storage area. This is going to be a restroom, and then we are going to have store space all the way like so. So we're just going to keep on expanding this. This is our first odd-numbered store, which actually I find kind of interesting. I mean, check that out. So store 2, store 4, store 6, store 10, technically, store 10, technically, and then store 13. I don't know. I find that curious, that's all. Just, I guess that also means that's probably our first odd-numbered storage, I think, because of the way I've done all of this stuff. I don't know. Whatever. I just find it interesting. It doesn't mean anything. It truly doesn't mean anything. I just find it interesting. Look at that, too. Look at our money. If you haven't been paying attention to that, look at how much it cost. Remember, we started at 90 grand on this thing, and it's now up to, well, we are currently at just about 50,000. So once you kind of get through everything, it didn't really cost that much to do all of this. This is going to be horrible placement. Where do we want to put this? Let's see, something like so. I don't think we need 4 of these, but I'm going to just go ahead and say we're going to do 4, just in case. So this is where our folks are going to be queuing up. So we don't want to, oh, you know what? Pause this. Pause this. I gotta think about this here. So if I put this here, that's fine. Okay, yeah, no, that's, okay, good. So I have to think about this. So I need to line up with the counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means I need to add an additional foundation. I thought that might end up needing to be done. So we're just going to add an additional foundation because I'd like to leave a little bit of room. Even if I don't leave these shelves exactly like this, I think what I'm going to do is probably move them out a little bit and leave a little space between here and here. I think I'd be okay with that. I don't really want to leave these to be placed as they are right now. So you know what? Let me get rid of a couple of these. Let me get rid of those 2. And let me just get rid of all of those because I don't want to place them just yet. We'll do something like 1, 2, 3 maybe. Maybe we'll do something like that. 3 shelves, 3 shelves. And then I need to look. So obviously I can't check those ones, but I want to look. Hey, keep going. Time is allowed to move. Table, food, so we can do food on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items we could do that way. And then we're also going to need, this is going to be a really weird store. All of my stores are like this because I'm just trying to get as many products out as I can. I'll get around maybe to making things make sense at some point, but we're just not going to do that yet. Clothing rack and tables will be good once we can do jewelry. And then I guess we're going to do pallets. So we can do 4 pallets. So we'll do, what is our need for appliances anyway? Electronics and appliances. We've actually kind of hit that need already. That's a shame. I would like to sell more of those, so I might pop some down anyway. You know what? I should actually read this. So today's sales 8, yesterday's sales 8, demand 10. So we are not quite reaching it. We are going to eclipse it at some point, and that's fine. Demand of 10. I would assume that as we're able to get more people in here, we're only going to get higher demand. So I'm kind of okay with seeing how this goes. I really am. We can put all sorts of stuff on regular shelves too. So I'm kind of fine with that. And then this is just going to be such a mishmash store. It really, truly is. It's not going to make any sense whatsoever. There is no real theme to my stores other than whatever crap I can get in there to sell. I mean, that truly is kind of the theme to my stores. That's about how much thought I've given it. We're going to need more parking before this is done, too. So, hello. Yep, I know. Lines are full. I'm going to get to work on it eventually. Just not today. Hey, I know they're full. You don't need to keep telling me. I do appreciate the insight, though. Yeah, we're going to need more parking. That's just the way it's going to be. So I guess we'll do some more road work. Road. Let's do another road. We'll do another 4 of those guys. I hope my parking's going to work out. Yes, store number 4, I know. Oh, that's store number 4. Store number 4 is going just crazy bonkers down there. What's going on? What in the world? I guess, wow, this store just got all crazy. Holy cow, that's not really happened like that yet. Thankfully, our employee was just ripping through those, but we ended up losing a bunch, I think. Oh, man, and store number 2 just had issues. Look at that. Come on, guys. If you would just go over there, your lives would be so much better, and you would be much happier. Because look at that. We don't really have happy customers right now. I mean, they're getting better for the most part, but they're not really happy. Bummer. Crud. All right, well, the store is apparently going to have to be finished tomorrow because, yeah, there's still more work to be done. And in fact, I kind of think maybe I want to expand the foundation one more. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to do that. I'm going to expand the foundation one more, and nope, that's not where I want to do that. Let's try that again. Build foundation. So let's try it. We'll expand it one more, and we'll let them do all that work, and we'll probably open the store up on the next episode. So I'll catch you on that one. Until then, thanks for watching. See you later.